Hi everybody, my name is Kyle Hadiniak and I'm here to talk to you tonight about community television here in Gray. I'm the station manager and I want to help you put content on our channel. So the first thing you should know about Gray Community Television is that we're a public, educational, and government access channel, which means those are the three types of users we want to use GCTV. So for example, on Mondays and Tuesdays, we have government programming, which means the town of Gray can put content on our channel. On Wednesdays and Thursdays are the educational users. So for example, the school board meets on Wednesdays and we broadcast them on the educational block on GCTV. And finally, the public access programming block is on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that means people like you and me will be able to sponsor programming for those 3 days. So now that you know what kind of content is on Gray Community Television, how exactly can you watch it? We make it pretty easy for you. So if you're sitting at home and you watch cable, just go to cable channel 2 and you can watch GCTV. If you're on a computer, feel free to go to graymain.org/GCTV and you can watch our stream there. And that also works on mobile devices. And if you use a smart device, then you can go to your app store and search for Cablecast ScreenWeave. That's the app we use to broadcast GCTV on smart devices. So here's some important information you should know if you want to sponsor a program during the public access part of GCTV. The main thing to know is that these programs have to be sponsored by someone like you, a Gray resident. We can't put public access programming on the channel unless it's sponsored by a resident. Now, this does not mean that the program has to be made in Gray. So for example, a candidate forum in New Gloucester could still run on Gray Community Television. It just must be sponsored by a Gray resident. Another example is that if you have a friend who lives out of state and they have a YouTube series about healthy living, those videos can run on our channel. We would just need a Gray resident to sponsor them. It's really easy to sponsor programming for GCTV. All you need to do is go to our website, graymain.org/GCTV, and fill out the public access application form. Programming is usually scheduled on a first-come, first-served basis. And it's also important to know that as the show's sponsor, you are responsible for whatever issues that might arise due to what's within your programming. The town of Gray and GCTV do not take responsibility for any offensive material that may be in your program. Now, we won't allow any programming that includes pornography or other clearly indecent material. But if any other issues arise because of the content of your show, you will be responsible for it. So when shows are not on the air, we have a community electronic bulletin board that you can post information on. So when a show is not running, this community bulletin board cycles information, and you can request to have information put on this bulletin board by going to our website and filling out the appropriate application. Remember, this board is for public use, so you can put things like event notifications, community-centric alerts, anything you want can go on this bulletin board. You just need to submit a request. So the other thing we want you to know is that Gray Community Television is guided by a committee, specifically the Community Television Advisory Committee. This committee meets on the fourth Wednesday of every month at 4 p.m. to discuss matters related to GCTV. These matters include recommending improvements to the public education and government access programming on the channel. We also recommend improvements to broadcast technology, such as the camera that I'm currently talking to. And finally, we promote community outreach and awareness about GCTV, such as this program right now. If you want to apply for this committee, we welcome your application. Just go to graymain.org/volunteer to fill out that application and make sure to put that you want to apply for the Community Television Advisory Committee. Or if you don't want to be on the committee, you can still join our meetings. We're on Zoom and we're open to public participation, so please drop in. So now that I've talked to you about Gray Community Television, I want to introduce you to a good friend of ours, Randy Visser. He's an experienced broadcast professional who travels the country working with communities just like Gray and setting up and maintaining their public access channels.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate the introduction. My name is Randy Visser, and I'm a citizen of Gray. I've been living here for almost 40 years now. And over that time, I've been working with the town to develop this community channel, this public access channel. It's something that I'm very familiar with. I have spent the majority of my professional career working in community media all over the country. You'd be surprised how many communities really take advantage of this resource to share what's going on in the community through events, recording of events, meetings, very, very basic kinds of communication. Or you might have a subject that you're interested in sharing with the community, and you want to go a little deeper into producing something that looks a little more professional. Go out into the field, shoot some video, cut it together into a finished program. We have the tools and the expertise here in Gray to help you with that. So we want to encourage you to take your ideas, please bring them to Kyle at the town office or to the librarian, Josh, and we're real happy to work with you to make this happen and to try to get your programming up on this valuable communication resource. Remember, this is a place where we can actually connect with one another around issues that impact all of us. It's a way of speaking under the First Amendment of the Constitution. You have a right to speak to people, and this is how we speak to one another in the modern age of television and telecommunications, right? So please get involved. This is like a local YouTube channel for your town. It's non-commercial, so we don't put commercials on, but everything else is possible. There's some really cool ideas, and we expect to have a lot of fun and unleash some creativity here in Gray. Join us, and we look forward to meeting you. Take care.